Hello fellow global citizens. Do you have the moment to talk about veganism? The truly grassroots vegan revolution needs your help. The climate is changing and it won't stop until we all do what the good grown-ups on the TV tell us to do. If we all don't do exactly what big finance and the smart grown-ups at the UN, IMF, World Bank, big foundations and Fortune 100 say, this poor 16-year-old human shield won't get her future back. This is a real emergency and there is no time to ask questions.
What have you done to change your life? Like you said, you do things that you can do to look yourself in the eye and know you've done enough. What have you done?
I have stopped flying and I have gone vegan. I have a shop stop. It means you don't buy new things unless you absolutely have to.
Oh, hi there. It's Ellen DeGeneres here. I was scrolling through the gram and I noticed that a lot of people are talking about eating less meat, which I think is a fantastic idea. It's a great idea for the planet. It's a great idea for your health. It's a great idea for the animals' health. So eat less meat. Unless you're a vegan and you don't eat meat already, then good for you. So you don't even need to pay attention to this. But for the people who do eat meat, just try to eat less of it. Maybe eat it less, once a week, or none a week. Or just, like if you eat it every night, don't eat it every night. Eat it less than that. 4 nights a week would be okay, but like 3 or 2 nights or just 1 night a week would be the best. Anyway, the point is it's better for you and it's better for the environment and for the animals. Eat less meat. Hashtag eat less meat. Hey, be neat. No meat. Be neat. Eat less meat. Hashtag be neat. Eat less meat. Hashtag bye-bye.
I believe we need to reallocate the world's resources because sharing is crucial. The climate crisis is a battle for solidarity, a battle for human rights and children's rights.
I feel so powerful knowing that Ellen DeGeneres and courageous 16-year-old human shield Greta are also vegan activists saving the planet with me. The UN needs to reallocate all the world's land and resources. The science is clear. The smart adults from science say that the global mega-corporations in the World Business Council for Sustainable Development like Bayer Monsanto, Unilever, Cargill, Shell, IKEA, Nestle, in the good philanthropists at the Rockefeller Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation, the World Resources Institute, the IMF and the World Bank will all help reallocate all the world's land and resources and ration us sustainable nutrient-fortified plant-based kibble so we can stop off-gassing toxic CO2 and polluting the world with toxic human babies. The British royal family, close friends of philanthropists Jimmy Savile and Jeffrey Epstein, just want to help us reallocate the world's resources to save us from the climate.
With all of that activism, some might think you'd be exhausted. But look at you and listen to you, you know the secret. That in giving back, in fighting the good fight, it doesn't exhaust you, it energizes you.
This is an emergency and we must do this now.
Climate change is a humanitarian issue, not a political one.
The transnational corporations, banks, and philanthropists like the UN, the royal family, Jimmy Savile, and Jeffrey Epstein need to reallocate the world's resources and feed us nutrient-fortified plant-based kibble to make everything happy and equal. Being vegan is so easy and healthy. I am not a bigot. I will do this for the planet and the children. Let's take a look at vegan YouTube for some recipes for sustainable vegan cuisine we can eat in order to save Mommy Earth from the real credible death threats from the climate.
I'll show you how to do vegan in a food court. Everyone's got a food court in a shopping mall near you. Let's do one here. Let's go.
I am so empowered as a member of this truly grassroots and not corporate-controlled revolution for the animals and the planet against the bigot science deniers who won't obey the good grown-ups on the TV.
Vegan pretzel available here. Okay, now most food courts are pretty much the same, alright? Now first off on the left, sushi. You find any sushi place, they do vegan sushi at every single sushi place. You make sure they don't put mayonnaise or anything that's not vegan, any sort of weird fish stuff on there.
Weird fish stuff and real animal foods are so mean and bad and don't belong on my vegan soy sushi.
Suffocated and stabbed to death, hacked up into pieces to be put in sushi, when you can have vegetables in sushi, tofu in sushi, so many things you can have in sushi that...
There are so many good nice things made of soy that we can have instead of bad, mean, gross, racist real foods.
Why choose rotting dead fish when you can have vegan sushi? Boom, straight away, a vegan box. Most places do a vegan box now. You don't want to eat any murdered fish here. Look, mercury, fish, suffering, death, no point. A vegan box, delicious, look at that one. Really good. You can always get edamame beans as well. A little seaweed salad as well. Or you can ask them to prepare you some vegan sushi. Amazing. Sushi
Animal
is a really
foods
good
so
vegan
gross,
option. You can get it
so
from
sad,
every single
so
sushi place
bad.
to do you vegan
Soy
sushi.
replacements
So let's
so happy, so tolerant, so good.
sushi place will always look after you. Alright, let's go.
It is so much more healthy and sustainable to eat tofu made from mass-produced GMO Monsanto soy grown by some of the extra people in South America living under a puppet government military dictatorship, funded by massive IMF loans given under the condition that all the extra rural people there grow patented GMO soy and corn for export instead of their heritage crops and spray pesticides and herbicides like Roundup on all their soil and devalue their currency so they become debt slaves and must sell their labor, land, and resources for cheap to the Fortune 100 companies and members of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development who can strip mine it then of their debt slaves, grow industrial soy to ship to China for processing into cheap Roundup fortified tofu kibble they can sell to social engineered decadent distracted narcissistic Westerners who these transnational corporations and banks educated into thinking they're saving the planet by doing exactly what the big investment banks and transnational corporations tell the screens they worship to tell them to do.
You can easily have, instead of tandoori murdered animal, you could have tandoori tofu, tandoori seitan, you know, tandoori whatever other old plant alternative other than pieces of flesh from an animal.
Purchasing this is powerful activism and will help the IMF give sustainable debt to all those extra rural people who grow my cheap food. The World Bank and transnational corporations are helping us help those extra South American and African debt slaves to go green and stop breathing toxic CO2 and killing and eating innocent animals so we can all move into corporate-controlled total surveillance smart city coffin apartments and pay for our fortified vegan kibble, pharmaceutical drugs, and VR porn with social carbon credits to save the planet from the totally real and not made up #climate crisis.
Vegan, oh wow, oh no, this is veggie. Okay, so they've got it veggie and vegan separated, which is good. These are all the animal body parts that you don't want to be eating. Merry Christmas, not so merry for the animals. Let's have a look here. Oh, eggs are not vegan, obviously. Oh, here, look, avocado and toast. Wow, that looks really nice.
This jittery effeminate 31-year-old boomer is so inspirational to me as a vegan activist. He is the best at purchasing vegan kibble. I wish everyone could know how good it feels to eat soy and corn-based vegan kibble instead of real animal foods. I do not even miss real animal foods. Real animal foods are mean and gross and not even good. Mass-produced vegan corporate kibble is way healthier and tastier and nicer and make me so happy. If we don't all do this, the climate will keep changing and all the bad things will happen and Bambi and Simba will be murdered every day always.
Any of these cakes vegan? Oh my god, those cookies are.
What you ask for a vegan option off?
Oh no, that says veggie, not vegan, so I was just seeing that these are vegan.
Only one is optional.
Oh wow, oh awesome, yeah, that's cool. Can I just have these, please? Thank you very much, Ta. Bye-bye. Still a little taste test of this soup. Oh my lord. That's amazing. Wow.
What's your view? I can't think of a better thing for the animal rights movement, to be honest, bro. I think one of the
biggest issues with people going vegan is also the convenience factor.
Yeah.
It's too hard. What am I going to do? This is where I eat. I go to this supermarket, I go to this restaurant, I get this fast food. Like, they don't have
I am
vegan
not
stuff
being
there.
used. I am a grassroots activist saving the animals and the planet. I have not been duped.
Beyond Burger in all of their stores, and they advertised it. Every store I drive past, huge billboards on the highway. I'm like, plant-based meat options. This is amazing. Wow, they're really normalizing it. The convenience factor is through the roof.
Yeah.
Incredible. I'm so
Huge.
happy. Absolutely, and they're selling out of it.
Yeah.
So that's Tim Hortons. They did the same at A&W. They were
Veganism is healthy and rebellious. Animal foods are not necessary. All our ancestors just ate them because the patriarchy and capitalism. 12 bowel movements a day is normal and enjoyable. Soy is a great replacement for everything. Dr. Gregor is not frightening. If we don't all do this, the planet will die. Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide and was working all alone. If I spend more energy on vegan activism, I will stop craving real animal foods and questioning myself.
They go with their vegan friend. The vegan friend suggests, why don't you just try it? Try this. People start seeing, oh, this is delicious, and I feel pretty good that it isn't actually an animal. I don't like causing animal cruelty. I heard these are healthier as well. They're better for the planet too. They have just as much protein.
It's huge.
Makes a lot of sense.
It's huge. They have millions of dollars in marketing. They have restaurants all over the world. They can reach the mainstream like no other.
They're doing all the advertising for us,
Yeah.
man. I'm like, thanks for spreading the vegan message for us. I'm so stoked.
But I saw the same people who are emotionally against KFC would happily walk into Starbucks and get the get an oat latte. And I'm like, wait a second.
These vegan activists are mentally and physically healthy and are not sickly effeminate head cases being used by multinational corporations, global banks, and big money foundations to push a transnational resource consolidation agenda.
I want to reach those low-income families that are just eating meat. They never heard of vegan before, and they walk into McDonald's and there's a McVegan there.
Totally.
And they can choose that over the slaughtered, enslaved dairy cow's body that's minced up in the other burgers, you know?
Absolutely, man. And I think that, yes, KFC, they kill so many dead chickens, millions, tens of millions. It's horrific.
Yeah.
But if anyone can change, anyone, slaughterhouse workers change, we change, people change, businesses change too.
And if I was to like, you can't support KFC, you must only, I just think like, we're not in a position to have that flexibility to go, you can only buy vegan food from here. We need people buying vegan food from wherever it's available. The world's like, oh God, we need radical change. We need radical change. We need people working from below. We need direct action from above. We need corporations putting on vegan options. We need everything working together.
The money is there. If we can save the banks, then we can save the world. I mean, if there's something we are not lacking in this world, it's money. And of course, many people do lack money, but governments and these people in power, they do not lack money.
Eat the kibble, bigots.